Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
You want to introduce her and ask that question that you asked her about the
and about the scratch art.
Yes.
I remember that from like elementary art class.
Right.
Well, we have with us Joan Forbes and Janice Elliott, and you are with the Joan. One more time.
Hill Country Art Gallery.
Hill Country Art Gallery. So I don't have that down. I just have scratchboard art.
Okay.
So I looked over here, ladies and gentlemen, and I said, "Now, scratchboard, it's like a black waxy thing, and you just take some sort of sharp implement and scratch it off, which is what I did when I was a kid."
It's similar to that.
I started to say it's. To quote a friend of mine, Bob Craig, it's just like that and then nothing at all like that.
Well, I think when we were kids, we used crayon and scratched the crayon off. This is a hardboard that's covered with white clay and then a layer of ink. And you scratch off the ink to reveal the white clay underneath.
Okay, and then the color's added later?
That's an ink, yep.
Because I thought there is no way you'd know where to put all that red and anything. But the basket with the apples is just absolutely
My eyes keep going to that. Now, is it a texture once it's finished, or is it smooth? You say you etch out something.
There's a very fine texture.
Okay.
You don't dig down very deeply. So
So let me get this straight. You draw, like the basket, for instance. You draw the basket, and then you scratch out what? The outline of the basket, or
No. See,
she's
the
agreeing
white
with
part
me.
is the stuff underneath the black stuff you scratched off.
that's right.
Don't you
so you don't-
remember?
No,
you
I
had
had
like
never
a
done
white
that.
piece of paper as a kid, and it'd be like black, like waxy stuff.
Right.
And you would like crown, and you'd take like a sharp implement, and you would just scrape it off so you could see the thing underneath
No.
it. You don't remember that?
No. It was before my time.
It was before your time, back when dinosaurs were on the earth, I'm telling you. But, so this is this your latest class or your latest presentation out there at Hill Country?
This is going to be a class that Janice is going to instruct on March the 9th.
Okay, so one day class, it's a Saturday, I'm assuming?
This is a Friday from 1 to 4.
1 to 4 on a Friday. And what does one have to know to be able to do scratch art?
It's actually very simple. You only need the board, and in the class I'll provide a pattern for everyone to use. If you put chalk on the back of the pattern and then lay it on here, you can trace the subject onto it, and the chalk will then adhere to the board. And then from there you can nick a little outline and wipe the rest of the chalk off, and you're ready to go.
Good, so people like me who cannot draw could still create something.
That's right.
I couldn't create the chicken, and I could not create the boat down there, or really anything else I see, quite frankly.
It's everything.
But I keep looking and go, there ain't any of those things I think I could even trace. So the chicken also has ink added to it.
It does.
Yeah, okay.
What's the cost for the class, the one-day class?
15?
$15.
But you get materials to do your
You get your
complete thing.
scratchboard, and the knives are there for use. And so you pay $15 and you come out with a picture.
with
And
a
you
picture.
take your
Take
picture
home your
home.
own artwork.
Yes, you do.
And looking at some of the prices, I mean, if you did one class and you created something that was valuable, you could make your money 3 or 4 times over.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, do people need to pre-register for this? So
It would be a good idea.
And so they do that by calling?
Calling Hill Country Art Gallery at 492-4000. So, yes.
Now, let's see. Now, is the class lasts one day? Will they finish with a piece, or do they have to
They'll
take it
come
home?
very close.
Okay, so if they need, I guess it depends on
How
what
quickly
they've
they
chosen
work.
and how quick they do it. Okay.
We had a class last November, I think it was, and a couple people left with finished pieces, but many needed to work a little
You work a little, but they'll end up, when they finish, they'll end up with the knowledge to
Oh,
yes,
make more and
absolutely.
more.
They don't have to come back to another class.
Right. It's a very simple process.
Right.
That brings up a good question. If you have the one-day class, do you have extended classes, more professional classes, or not?
So far, we're just doing the basic
Okay.
class.
And do you have a group that meets every so often to talk about your art, or do you have a club? Or
We have different teachers come in various times. On Fridays, presently, Erlene Pruitt is leading a group in pastel work.
Okay.
So anyone
Just
that would like,
different mediums.
it's a very loose, unstructured class. You come in, you bring your materials, you work on your own project.
Okay.
But therefore, there's other people there, so you get to talk back and forth, and you get the encouragement and suggestions, and kind of just
and you
help
get to
each
steal
other
ideas
on.
from someone else. I'm
They
sure they do.
very give them to you. They're very pleasant
Very
people.
giving, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
And
really.
you sell all the supplies, so if someone goes home and thinks
Sure.
this is a really cool
Sure.
thing, they can pick up the stencils and all that. Does it come with the black already on it?
Yes, it does.
It does.
Yes.
So there's the white stuff underneath, and so you're just getting a little black square.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's white underneath it.
That's right.
But only what kind of ink do you put on it?
Indie ink, permanent ink.
Oh, permanent ink. Is it done with a pen then, or a brush?
I use a brush
Use a brush
for the color.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now that might be
Interesting.
beyond my abilities right there, but to try to get that in the right place.
Okay, again, what the times of the class?
1 to 4.
1 to 4, Friday, March the 9th.
March the 9th, okay. And if they want to contact you, I think we had information up there, but if you want to give us your phone number again.
Okay, it's 870-492-4000.
Had to think about that one.
Yeah, I did. I almost
right.
gave you my home
Many
number.
classes that are offered out there, so
Yes,
people have any interest in art can come out there, and
Sure.
you will have something to set them up with, I'm sure.
We have a teacher coming from Hot Springs. She's well known, and she's going to do painting large flowers in a different way on a half a sheet of watercolor paper or a full sheet of watercolor paper. So that's going to be a very nice class, and that's in April.
Okay.
And we have
The gourd class every Saturday.
we have gourd classes every Saturday with Barbara Moore, who was here before. Let's see, we've got something else going too. Can't think of it. Oh, Luann Stone on Friday the 13th of April. She's going to come in and give another watercolor class. So we like to have people in there. We like that workshop room, having people, having a good time back there. They can come back and do anything they want, and we're just happy to have them there. We like to see that spirit going. We've got a big project coming up Friday, June the 23rd and 22nd. We're going to put on a thing at the fairgrounds, a 2-day event for art teachers. Anyone that comes in, it could be a professional group, it could be a gallery, anyone that has something to do with art. It could be bead people, they could come in and make a necklace, scrapbooking. Anyway, this is just to introduce people to all the art in Mountain Home, if we can get that going.
Good.
That's what we're aiming for.
Well, for more information, you can contact them, and there's more information at the end of the show. Thanks so much for being here, and I've never heard of this before.
Well, obviously, Dan.
Yeah.
That's why you
y'all
can
for
take the class.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Up next, we're going to talk with Kim Garland and Julie Levitt from the Dutch talking about the Dutch Oven Workshop. That's coming from the back of the
Bull Shoals
White River State Park.
It's
I'll get
a
it right.
difficult day for Daniel. Okay.
We'll be right back.